This
Welcome
is the worst podcast I've ever heard. The podcast where we play beer pong, Luke plays Christmas music, and I am working injured. I am injured today. I'm doing this podcast injured, and you guys are complaining that we didn't start it, and we're starting it, and you don't even know what happened. I started the day off injured, and I'm gonna do an old lady rant, like Luke says. I was walking, and I slipped on some ice, and I landed, and I fell.
Did you make a loud noise like, oh, fuck?
I was very mad. I got up, and I was like, I don't understand. Just put some salt down. Just shovel correctly. The stupid complex and their stupid people. Just
fell?
Put some ice down. Yes.
Oh, I wish I saw that.
This was worse than the story. Pico took a bump.
I took a bump and I sold it pretty well. So, on that note, Ryan is here. Ryan from a couple episodes ago. You know, No Tweet Ryan's always here. Luke's always here. Not really. But we have Ryan back again. Ryan, the last podcast that you were on was critically acclaimed to be the best podcast we've ever done. And that's why we brought you back, because I was like, you know what? I think we need that back. So I asked Luke, and Luke was like, no, we don't want to do this. And then I was like, yes, bring Ryan back on the podcast. And
yeah, that actually happened the exact opposite in the group chat. But anyways.
Well, thanks for having me. I enjoyed our conversation last time, and I also enjoyed being the best thing you guys have ever done on here, so it's okay.
I wouldn't go that far.
Well, that's good, and we're finally starting this podcast after I beat Ryan in beer pong via the iMessage app. But the other Ryan went to a wrestling event this week, and I know Ryan had a little story from that. He had some fan...
Put a Ryan count on this guy.
Just call me No Tweet.
Yeah, why don't you call him No Tweet so people aren't like, okay, there's too many Ryans, I'm done.
No Tweet, who tweets? No Tweet, what event did you go to?
I went to a house show, WWE. It was in Bloomington. It was a really bad show, if I'm being honest, because it was definitely a B show. The top names were Ambrose and Rollins, which is fine. But as far as show structure, it just didn't feel that great. There was barely over 1,000 people in attendance from when I looked at it. There was more seats than there were anything. Like, it was a fun show. I only paid $30 to go, so obviously, but
it's $29 too much.
Yeah, I wouldn't have paid anything more. If I'm being honest.
Wasn't there like an old person that was like asking you something or yelling at you or yelling at someone?
Yeah, I witnessed two about 60-year-old men. Each were around at least 375 to 400 pounds. Fans fighting. So
They live that long.
I know.
Wow.
And I tell you what, that was probably the best match of the night. Those two guys, seeing security and cops break it up, it was worth it.
So
Come on, you son of a bitch!
Well, you know, I was giving you shit, but I say this all the time. You get to go to shows; they're fun to just go get a night out. You know, you only spend $30. That's what I mean, if you're trying to get a night out doing any other thing, it's going to cost you $30. So what's the big deal? You get to go out, you get to go watch some wrestling. I'm sure you still had fun. I'm sure.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like, even though it was dead, it was still just like, oh shit, still get to see these guys in person. That's pretty sweet.
I've never been to a house show before, and people tell me I have to go, but I really don't know if I want to go anymore.
You definitely don't have to go.
Yeah,
it's not a must-have unless you can get front row. Like, if you can get front row, sure, because like you can like actually interact and they'll say shit back to you.
Mm-hmm.
But like, if you're not the first row or second row, it's not. No, you don't.
I've
need
never
to.
had front row at any show ever in my life.
and
Of course
Except
not.
Yeah,
PWG.
you're oppressed, aren't you?
Except PWG. I've been front row for
I
that.
was
Everyone's
front row.
for that.
I'm so sorry for your loss.
I was
Like
front
being
row for Ring
front
of
row for
Honor.
church.
It's on the bucket list.
Actually, I was front row for church. So, yeah.
Front row for
What?
church?
You went to church? You sat front row at church, bro? I was always in the back.
Yeah, so you can leave. Now you got all those people to fucking
Once
wait.
communion hit, I was out of there.
Peace be with you.
And with you.
Well,
We're all just good Catholic
podcast
boys
couldn't
here.
get any more offensive.
Well, no.
We're all Catholic boys
speaking-
minus the priest.
Speaking of house shows, did anyone watch that Starcade network thing?
Yeah, I did.
why?
I was thinking about it, but then I realized I wanted to do anything else in the world. So
Well, What do you
Alright.
think about them doing this, like, for more house shows? Like, I mean, not like promoting it that much, but just like throwing them up on the network. Because I know if I went to a house show, I would be like, oh, I want to like go back and rewatch it or something. I don't know. Like, I always I'm big on like having events like on DVD or like to own.
No, it's stupid.
Um,
I think it's stupid. I'll tell you why, for a couple reasons. So, one, house shows should be so these guys can practice and get their matches down, and they shouldn't have to always be getting filmed. And because every time something goes onto the network, they have to do something different every single time and not perfect what they're doing, which is really what the point of house shows are. Also, we don't need any more filmed, product. It's like every match is going to become stale because there's only so many matches they can do. It's like how many more times do you want to watch Seth Rollins and Dolph Ziggler? It's because they don't have any other matches to put together. So like why? Like if they start doing house shows where they're putting them on the network, and now they're going to do, let's say they do Rey Mysterio and Nakamura. Like that sounds like fun. Like they've had a couple of matches the last few weeks. Like they've been good, but it's like okay, so we're going to put every time they wrestle on the network. And eventually it's going to get boring, Then when it comes time for SmackDown, they're going to be like, oh, we're going to do a program with Rey and Nakamura. Oh, wait, there's already 14 matches on the network of Rey and Nakamura. Like, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. I agree. I just, a thought that I had of what it would be like if they just had like a little section back in the, the back part of the network that just had a bunch of like, old house
So
shows.
as long as it takes a lot of tabs to get to, it's okay?
Yeah, not on the front page because,
Well, you know what I'm sick of is the fucking bait and switch here. Because what they had Starrcade, they brought Starrcade back last year. Of course, Starrcade was WCW's WrestleMania. So it's just like they can't stop pissing on the grave of WCW. They're like, let's just bring it back for a shitty house show with fucking no good matches on it. And I don't know. It's like... And they build it up as like, oh my god, it's Starrcade. You got to watch it. It's going to be great. And they're like, oh, we got your money. We got your view. Let's just
like literally
put
the
on
setup
whatever.
was of a house show. Like,
Well, yeah, basically it was.
But the thing I'm also putting in consideration is like the health of those guys, because that when they're on a house show, they're not going to go balls to the wall. Like they're not
Sometimes
going
they
to go
do.
as hard.
Like I heard
Not-
Ambrose and Rollins did a great steel cage match or whatever. I think it's Starrcade.
But like still, that was at Starrcade. Like that's different. If you're at some Joe Schmo show that I was at, like that's a good way for them to just kind of recover, because it's like, let's not go balls to the wall. We'll just take it easy.
They don't do like the high stuff. Like I remember the Dudley Boys seeing them wrestle at a house show, and fucking Devon didn't even go off the top rope. He's like, that's for fucking TV. I'm not doing that. But,
yeah, I remember I went to a house show in 2010, and I saw Evan Bourne do his shooting star press. He barely jumped for this thing. Like I swear he fell off the top rope just trying to do this thing. Like he was like, I'm not getting any air. I'm not doing anything that's gonna feel like shitty. Like he was not doing it.
But then I've read that in wrestlers' autobiographies I think Jericho even said like one of my best matches ever was at a house show in North Dakota that only so and so people saw. So
yeah, who did he say he wrestled again for that? I forget.
I don't know, but I just remember it was in North Dakota. Okay. I wasn't prepared for this, but what I'm
saying
is...
Someone fact check him.
Yeah, fact check me. Fucking... Yeah, I almost said something politically incorrect. But... but yeah, sometimes they have their best matches that no one ever sees, and sometimes they just phone it in and take it easy. But anyway, enough about house shows. What else we got in the news? Actually, I got something for you guys. Should I read it in my newscaster voice?
Do it.
Yes.
Cool. During the most recent edition of Wrestling Observer Radio, Dave Meltzer talked about this week's NXT tapings. Meltzer noted that he, quote-unquote, keeps hearing that Aleister Black is being considered for the main roster. No further details given.
Yeah, I listen to The Observer. I wake up every morning and listen to The Observer. You don't have to...
Who pays for their news?
I pay for my news. I pay for the... Oh, hold on. Can I say something? Like
High five.
Every
Get to the
time...
point. Come on.
Like a broken needle, kid. You're missing the point. Come on.
Oh...
Thank you, John Cena.
I don't pay for the news. I pay for the entertainment of the shows.
Oh, you mean a stuttering 55-year-old man?
So. No, I pay for the Brian and Vinny shows, the Brian and Granny shows, the Brian and Dave shows. I pay for Brian Alvarez. Dave Meltzer's just
Anything
extra.
with Brian, I guess.
Yeah, shout out to Brian Alvarez. I just watched him and Filthy Tom versus the Rock and Roll Express.
Okay, let's get it. All right, guys. So,
Yes,
so.
he's going to the main roster eventually.
I mean, well, there you go. That's a real prediction.
End of story. Get to the point, right?
So I don't know what is going to happen with Aleister Black. I'm not looking forward to him going to the main roster because I just can't see Vince getting that right. Like I just can't see him understanding how Aleister Black's supposed to be pushed. But I mean, hey man, he's really talented. He's a good wrestler. He's got a cool gimmick. He's got a great entrance. Like it should be a slam dunk. Like you could have said the exact same thing about Finn Balor when he was in NXT, and look what happened with him. So we'll see.
You could say that Aleister Black might be the new Bray Wyatt, which take that for what it's worth. Because, because you got this new dark kind of character that's cool and charismatic, and
I don't see the resemblance whatsoever.
They both got that. Well, fucking watch his entrance for shit's sake.
They don't have the same entrance at all. One
It's
guy's
dark and it's
dark. They're
evil.
both dark.
And,
one guy's a demon. The other guy's a Hot Topic cashier.
well, I don't know. They just sort of remind me of one another, but
All right, I
don't know.
question for you.
Yeah.
Fuck one, marry one, kill one. Naomi, Bailey, and Alicia Fox.
So speaking of Bailey,
No, I'm thinking about it. I'll marry Bailey. I'll kill Alicia Fox and fuck Naomi.
Okay,
There you go.
that's all I wanted to know.
Well, who else is gonna go? You just gonna leave me in the?
yes,
I plead the fifth.
I plead the fifth. All right,
doesn't
so
want to answer that?
TLC is coming up in a month.
Oh man.
They announced on Raw or SmackDown or whatever show it was. Becky versus Charlotte versus Asuka is a TLC match.
Wait, what? That happened?
That
That's gonna
happened.
happen?
Yeah, I don't know why Asuka's in it. She won like the Rumble or the Battle Royal, and then like she got added to the match.
She won the Royal Rumble.
She won the Rumble. She won the Royal Rumble in November.
Congratulations!
And so that's going to be the TLC match, and I think it's going to be awesome. I don't know what you guys think. I don't know.
Well, I can tell you. I can tell you that Charlotte is ready for Asuka.
What kind of match is it going to be? You want to go over the possible stipulations?
It's
That's right.
TLC.
There is a stipulation.
It's TLC.
What do you think? What kind of inanimate objects will be in the match, Ryan? What do you think? You think they'll have everything but the kitchen sink? I think
I think they might have the kitchen sink.
maybe.
They should.
Kids and the sink.
Maybe a ladle.
Oh no.
Anyway, so let's address the big white and pink elephant in the room.
Well, I think
thought I'd
Becky's
mix it.
losing the title in that match, by the way.
Well, yeah, she's concussed.
No,
Talking
that's
about
not why,
Punishment
you
Martinez
idiot.
debuting. So
No,
I'm
I-
sorry?
The white elephant.
I think I think Becky's losing the title because they're gonna have Becky win the Royal Rumble. It's gonna come down to her and the monster among women, Nia Jax.
Well, I was just gonna say, for the record, that's not what I was alluding to when I was saying Raw being one of the worst Raws supposedly I haven't watched yet of all time.
Yeah, it stinks. What else is new?
So who has seen it? Because I have not.
I did. It was.
I watched a little bit of it and it was hard to it was a chore.
Well, here's my question for you, Luke. When you watch Raw on a normal week, do you sit in front of your TV and watch it, or do you do other stuff?
I hate this explanation.
I just have a question. I want to know what people do.
No, because that's a bad explanation. Because if for a show to be watchable, you have to not watch it, then it's a bad show.
No, I understand that, and I agree on some points. But like, I'm just asking, like, what is that what people do? Because I don't do that, so I wouldn't know. Like,
You don't do what?
I don't sit in front of the TV for the entire show. Get up
No,
during
I don't
commercial
either.
breaks. Okay, I don't know. I just don't know. Like, I don't know if that's
Here's
like a
the thing. Like, I half-assed do. Like, I'll have my homework there, but I'm like paying attention to what's going on. And I can honestly say, like, NXT, that last takeover, I was able to watch it through, like how Ryan was saying, like you shouldn't have to do something else. Like I didn't have to do anything else when I watched that show. It flew right by. Like after 2 matches, I was like, damn, like this hour and a half flew by. Where with Raw, it's like I would prefer not to have to do my homework in the middle of the show. And like half of the time that I'm doing my homework, I probably isn't even due for another week. But I'm like, well, fuck it. I've got this free time because I'm not going to pay that much of attention.
So the XFL is saying, no, I'm kidding. Yeah, I watch Raw on the DVR. There's no better way to watch it because you get to not suffer. You even suffer a little bit.
That's the same thing as I do then. You're fast forwarding through all the bad stuff. I'm turning away and doing something else.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
During the bad stuff. It's the same thing.
And anyone who watches it live is a goddamn fool. So, sorry.
But we're basically like.
So then it's a bad show. That's what I'm saying.
It's a goddamn bad show.
It's bad every week.
Okay, that's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
But if your answer is that you have to, like, not really pay attention to it in order to watch it, then you're not really watching it, and therefore it's a bad show.
Well, yeah, it's always a bad show. It's been a bad show for years. Like maybe
that's my point.
Once or twice. Now go ahead.
Let's all talk at once.
No, because that's my point. Because if what you're saying is, oh, you can watch, like, oh, Raw, like, does anyone actually pay attention to it, or do they just have it on in the background? And it's like, okay, if they have it on in the background, then how can you even say that it's a good show, bad show, or whatever?
Yeah, I get that. I just wanted to know what you guys do because I don't know what, like, when I was younger, I used to, like, I'd never left the TV. I had to sit there and watch it and pay attention.
Oh, you had to, huh? It was Nazi Germany. You had to watch Raw?
I had to. But now it's like, I don't care to just, sit there and watch the whole show. Like, I like doing other things and homework and whatever. So it's like, I don't know what people do now. Like, if that's like a thing or what you guys do.
Yeah, some people masturbate, I don't know. But changing topics, the XFL, one team was announced out of the 8. I'm going to throw it to no tweet. They're going to St. Louis. I know you're a Cardinals fan.
Wait,
so
they announced that?
Yeah. And honestly, here's the thing.
The Rams.
I don't even care. Like, I read this, and then a part of me was like, oh, sweet. And then I thought about it, and I was like, I don't care. Like, it's arena football. At the end of the day, I could drive 5 miles down the road from where I live, and I could watch arena football if I wanted to.
Are you a Rams fan, by the way?
I used to be when they were in St. Louis, and then I just stopped caring about football after they left.
Well, now they're filling a void.
True.
Yeah, by the XFL. So if I was that desperate, I'd just be a arena fan. I watch college football, Notre Dame, but other than that, I'm just like, I don't even care. Like,
well this wasn't arena football when it was first around.
Yeah, but it's going to turn into it. I'm sorry, but it's just not going to work. And if they put them in the Edwards Jones Dome, which is where I'm assuming that, or the formerly known as the Scott Trade Center, the Scott Trade Center is the only way that it would hold up. Edwards Jones Dome, it's not that great of a place. They don't have
Edward Jones Dome.
Is that what it's called?
Suck on Edward Jones's dome.
What a name.
It's St. Louis. Sorry.
What are we, 15? All right. But okay, so you don't care. But there's 7 more cities to be announced. One of them is believed to be Orlando, Florida. They
Chicago.
Might get a team. No,
Kansas
that hasn't
City?
been rumored. You're just
My God,
stroking
Nico.
Portland.
Yeah. Anyway,
So it's all the B cities in
LA.
every state.
right. But this is pretty crazy. So Vince already put $100 million into it, and it's estimated. Well, no, that ain't nothing because he's supposed to put another $500 million into the first 3 years
He's
of his
got money to
operation.
throw away. He doesn't know what to do with all his money.
So he wants us to work. He's determined. Like it bothers him that he failed all those years ago. I think, obviously.
Well, yeah. If you even watch the ESPN doc, you can tell he still is upset about it. Like he even was crying almost.
Yeah. So we'll see how
That's
that
gonna
goes.
fail again.
2020. That's what everyone's saying, but I don't know. With all that kind of money, maybe they'll last a little longer at least.
Maybe an extra couple months.
Oh, hey, check this out, gang. Braun Strowman's coming back next week on Raw. That was a short fucking time on the injured list.
He's gonna be in like some crazy match at the show, and like he's gonna get hurt again or something. Hopefully he doesn't, but like give him some time. Give him some time to heal up for a couple seconds. Like I know that's like what they do, but come on.
He just had elbow surgery on Tuesday, and he's going to be back on Monday. It's crazy.
Yeah, they need him back.
Yeah.
They do, but like
By any means necessary.
You think Vince is calling Roman like, "How's it going, pal?"
I'm sure.
Feeling better?
Feeling better, like it's a fucking cold.
I mean, come on, like
Jesus.
you think that like a day doesn't go by where he's like, if Roman was here, like like he has to think that.
No,
right?
I don't know.
You know what, Luke?
So, yeah, that's interesting. I guess Hogan is getting back into bed with WWE again. He was representing WWE at some event. What do you think about Hogan dipping his toes back into the WWE water, especially after the big special on the network that they don't acknowledge, by the way? They don't even like acknowledge that he was there, going, "Hey, brothers, I'm hosting this thing."
Or what's special?
I'm her brother, HH.
It's a word.
Have you guys forgiven him for what he said? Are you guys?
I don't think any of us are in a position.
Yeah, I was
True.
gonna say I don't think
To
I don't
forgive
think we're
him
the
for
right
what he
people
said.
to ask.
Yeah,
Well-
we're not the people that he was talking to when he said
Okay, but I'm sure he offended some.
No,
other
but
people.
that's not what I mean. But I don't think it's like. I think if I'm like, you know what, I think it's time for him to come back.
Yeah.
I forgive him. I don't think I'm the person that.
And then people could say, "Well, of course you'd forgive him." Yeah, okay.
I don't
Yeah.
think he should come.
I
back.
just
If
don't.
one of us was like, you know what, it's all right, get him next time. There's gonna,
No.
Yeah, I think.
I feel like he's just gonna put on like from here on out he's just gonna be playing like obviously I was gonna say acting, but obviously he's acting. But like I don't know, it's not gonna be like it's gonna feel weird every time he's on TV if he is on TV.
So the Mexican and the cinder block.
Oh, wait, we talked about this last week.
Right, but there was an update. That guy, he got a blood clot removed from his brain,
Wait, what?
Oh
And-
my!
and he was discharged from the hospital.
Jesus.
So the guy who threw the cinder block has been suspended by the Mexican Professional Boxing and Wrestling Commission. So that's good. I was hoping for some justice there.
We talked about
But-
this last week.
Let's arrest him.
Yeah, we talked. Were you not there, sir?
I don't remember this.
Well, maybe someone fucking hit you in the head with a cinder block because I remember talking about
It's
it.
possible. I fell. Wait, I fell. I slipped on
That's
ice. I slipped on ice today and fell.
That's true, you did.
So I'm working injured.
I have a picture of you falling, by the way. So
I tweeted the video from Blue Mountain State of the guy falling on ice.
no one watches Blue Mountain State
Excuse
anymore.
me.
Anyways, cinder
haven't
block guy.
watched.
Do
Cinder-
you think the guy throwing the cinder block needs a harsher punishment?
Yeah, I mean, I'd press charges if I was the guy laying in the hospital bed.
Oh, you think?
Yeah, but I guarantee they probably signed liability. Like
I
at
didn't
some
even
sort.
see this, so I can't comment.
Well, so this portly gentleman just grabs a cinder block and throws it at the back of some dude's head on the floor.
Probably
Like-
deserved it.
It was like, no one deserves that.
No, I'm kidding.
Well,
Yeah.
but it was kind of like a scene out of Home Alone, but this was like a fucking cinder block. He was like, "Suck brick,
Suck
whatever,
brick.
Suck brick, kid.
suck brick, mijo," or whatever the fuck he said. So, and then he threw it at him, and then he just collapsed, and it was horrible.
Oh, that's funny.
It's like, what did you expect? You got to
Who
shoot
throws a cinder block at a
Yeah.
guy?
Yeah, like a shoot cinder block. It's not like that fucking promotion that does all the. Remember the guy from McDonald's, Pico, that bothered us in
Is he
Mania
dub?
31? He was talking about having a fake cinder block thrown at him, and it was awesome.
Remember?
So that does exist in wrestling, fake cinder
well, yeah,
blocks.
Dean Ambrose got, or not, was it Dean Ambrose? Yeah, Rollins
Yeah, he got
kicked-
curb stomped.
Yeah, he got curb
Yeah.
stomped through the cinder block. That looked like chalk.
There you go. It fucking crumpled. If you just blew on it, it would crumple.
Yeah,
But this guy just went in his backyard and said, "This'll do."
whatever.
I don't know.
Whatever.
Okay, hey, why don't you talk about? I'll let you talk about it, Pico, because I'm sure you're just getting text updates. The Young Bucks' response to the All Elite Wrestling trademark filings. Did you read about that? I bet you don't even know about it.
I didn't read about their responses,
Whoa.
but I do.
I did.
have Cody.
talk about
I have
it.
Cody's response.
Yeah, you're not important. So who knows about it?
I do. I saw.
All right, go ahead. What do you think about it?
So we should tell the people essentially.
Tell me.
Essentially, to sum it up, Luke, you can tell me if I'm messing up. They said that they haven't made a decision yet. they're getting offers from a lot of different people, and they're weighing their options. It's pretty much what they said.
Well,
and then they said they filed these trademarks just to protect themselves, thinking that just in case we decide to open a wrestling promotion,
come on.
or just in case we decide to do another All In.
Well, first off, if they're getting offers from places, isn't that tampering or something? Like, isn't that a thing? Like, because they're under contract still, technically?
Well, I think their contracts are technically up, but they're working Final Battle. Cody's did.
So
Cody's contract is up.
Yeah,
right
Cody's is up. I know that he's like working that show still, even though his contract is up. I know that that'll be the last show for Cody, the Bucks, Hangman, and SCU.
ROH is screwed.
They are. And what Cody said was apparently at a meet and greet in Melbourne, he was asked about it, and he said, basically wait for January as an announcement will be made, and said that the announcement will be bigger than anyone expects, which means that obviously they're just going to WWE and calling it a day. No, like, I mean...
Can we talk about the worst part about all this, though, for a second?
Which is?
That ROH is screwed.
Is that the Madison Square Garden show, the night before WrestleMania, is kind of fucked if they don't have those guys.
But
sell your ticket now.
They already sold out, so...
Yeah, but it could kill the value of that show.
Well, yeah, I mean...
Well, people can sell their tickets, and you might see a bunch of empty seats. Who knows?
Right.
I mean, I feel like obviously it's going to be, heavy New Japan. But yeah, I mean, I agree. Like, I think without the Elite, SCU, like, you don't have many people. Especially if Kenny's not there, which I feel like Kenny was like, everyone was talking about Kenny versus Okada again.
Kenny!
So, I don't know.
What was the best machine that Tommy said earlier?
I don't remember.
Oh man. He said like oh god damn it. It was funny, but it wasn't best bout machine. He said like the best the best combat machine. That's what he said.
Combat machine.
The best combat machine.
Unless the Bucks and Cody and Kenny, unless they sign unless they agree to work with them for that show. Like, you know what I mean? Like maybe they have
I don't think they will. I don't think Cody cares as much. He's worked the Garden a lot before.
Well, true. But I'm saying
yeah, he doesn't need it.
I don't know. See, when you put it that way, I mean, they already sold out. So, like, at the end of the day, like, they sold out the Garden. And...
Hey, maybe they'll pull out the heavy and get Jericho to main event. I don't mean literally heavy.
Stick.
Speaking of the...
I'm serious. I think Jericho might be a big draw if all these guys are leaving, or maybe have... SCU main event.
He could defend the what's it called? He could defend the Intercontinental title if he doesn't drop it at Wrestle Kingdom.
No, that's in WWE. You need to get off that.
No, hello?
Quit dreaming. They're not doing interpromotional stuff.
Yes, that's the joke. I'm aware. So,
but
anyway, off the nerd subject.
Well, I was going to say, if we wanted to continue on the Bucks and Cody and their new promotion.
He's going to keep going anyway.
Oh, man. You want to talk about All In while we're here?
Oh, so you bring up All In. Okay, let's talk about it. No, I was going to talk about something, but we don't have to talk about it. We can talk about something else.
Well, I got something.
Go ahead.
Now that I'm on the sheet of dirt, Fox Sports, I guess, wants Ronda Rousey for SmackDown when they go there in October 2019, I think. So I see that because...
Oh, you think?
That's still a long time away, so she can do everything she can on Raw, and then it'd be almost time for her to go to SmackDown for a change. So I think it's a good fit.
Going to flip-flop anyway. SmackDown's going to become the A show eventually.
Yeah, the rumor is that Fox wants it to be more of a sports-like show. They want Daniel Cormier to be on commentary. Cormier, whatever.
Cormier.
It's like saying tortilla and
do not disrespect the champ like that. Right?
Yeah, okay. Just because his name is Daniel doesn't mean you have to disrespect him.
That is the champ.
He is the champ, so maybe he could be the champ and commentate.
No, he is the champ.
Oh, that's right.
I'm
not a UFC mark like Ryan is, but...
He has 2 championships. Show him his respect.
I mean, Ronda going on the SmackDown show. Like, obviously, like, Fox is gonna want Ronda Rousey.
What? How did you get back to that? Like, from all of what we were just saying, you're like, so yeah, going off of that.
I don't know.
Do you not have any thoughts about Ronda Rousey going to SmackDown next year?
Me?
No, me.
There's two people who haven't elaborated on this subject yet.
I mean, I think they'll probably kill the brand split next year.
No, that was fucking horrible when they got rid of it. I mean, it was bad. It was really bad, and they were working everyone to death.
Bring back the draft.
It's not a draft.
Isn't there a draft already?
It's
It's a shake-up.
Shake up. I don't like that as much.
Yeah, I don't like it
Me
either.
either.
But what do you expect?
I missed the draft lottery.
Yeah, come on down.
Speaking of the lottery,
Sounded more enthusiastic, Ryan. You sounded like the fucking old man at the county fair. Hey, come on down.
You talk to a lot of old men at county fairs?
You know what I do when
You do?
guys...
You do? All right. All right.
No. Those guys at the gimmick things, like knock down, like get the dart and throw it into the balloon for $1 or whatever, and they're always yelling at you when you're walking by them. I always put my hand up by my face and I run, and they go, "Oh man, that's cold."
Yeah, yeah, well, that didn't show when someone had to blow up steel chair last time.
That was a trash can, and I was humoring the guy. He even said, "Look, if you don't buy this inflatable trash can that you can use for many things, at least just hear me out." I was like, "All right."
Which is his way of trying to sell you.
and you can't say I gotta go. Like,
Yeah, you can't say I gotta go
No, you
because then I'd be
can.
the biggest prick. No, I'd be a prick. And he said, "Look, just hear me out." He's trying to sell his gimmicks. See, I'm a good man. All right?
Okay.
I'm trying to help a guy out. I didn't buy it, but you know what? I was listening to the guy, just like I'm listening to you fools.
it's because you just gotta put your head down and just keep walking. Like, that's how it works.
This is the worst podcast I think I've ever heard.
Yeah. Okay. Well, on that topic, we can talk about the other worst podcast that we ever heard. No, but you just gotta look down.
What, fucking Ryder and
What?
Hawkins' figure review podcast?
No.
What did he say?
What?
I don't know.
Never mind.
All right. Well, do you have anything else to say,
We all love each other.
Luke?
No, I think I've exhausted the dirt sheets. There's a few things in there that I really don't care to mention, but
I'm just going to mention it because I guarantee one of the things, I said it earlier, Punishment Martinez made his TV debut for NXT.
oh, that's right.
Okay, so
I
I won't
saw
be
that.
tuning in now.
So,
Okay.
so the last thing I was gonna mention, and we can see what you guys.
Yeah,
think.
don't talk about what he just talked about.
Well, what do I have to say about Punishment Martinez?
Okay, well, if you bring something up, you should probably show him a little love,
Show a little
Thanks, Ryan.
respect.
I got you, no tweet.
I don't care. Ryan, your thoughts?
Whoa. He doesn't care.
Actually, this is has a meaningful thing to it, but I was going to say, if Aleister Black is going up to the main roster, they're going to want a character similar to Aleister Black, the creepy kind of guy.
So they're similar, but Bray
Punishment
Wyatt.
Martinez. You guys are both out of your mind. I don't.
No, I just wanted to make it sound more significant just because Mike acted like it wasn't a big deal.
I mean, just because I don't care doesn't mean that it's not a big deal to you guys, because there's a lot of things that I care about that you guys don't care about one bit.
And
Like CM Punk commenting on the All Elite Wrestling that I was going to bring up. Exactly.
It's not that I don't care about that. It's like it's how you react to it. It makes me hate it.
Well, maybe that's my plan.
I don't think Ryan's ever coming back on the show.
No, I'd love to come back on the show.
No, he's gonna politic. Like, I don't want that fucker back here.
No, it's because it's like, oh, CM Punk's on doing commentary sounds awesome, but Pete goes just like, he'll let you know like 4 times a day. So, oh, by the way, so I think that maybe Punk he might be coming. It's like, God damn it.
In more ways than one. But so this is something that is interesting that I didn't expect to talk about. Supposedly, I don't know if you guys know this, Elias was supposed to win the Intercontinental title a few weeks back. Do you think he's ready for that Intercontinental title? Yeah, I think he's about ready.
Yeah, I think I don't. It's funny because sometimes I feel like we say that the Intercontinental, the U.S. title, they need more credibility. And then they put him on a guy like Rollins, but for some reason, the title feels lost on Rollins. Like, it doesn't feel like it doesn't feel like it's necessary. Like, it just feels like it's a prop that he wears, but he doesn't actually do anything with it. Where, like, I feel like if Elias had it, it might it might feel more important.
Yeah,
I think
like,
most
I
titles
completely-
feel that way.
I feel like they put it on Rollins just because they're like, gosh, shit, like we have to make him look significant somehow.
But most titles feel that way because I don't even look at most titles the same anymore. Like when AJ was WWE champion, in my mind, I kept telling him, like, all right, that's the number one prize. Oh, am I fucking boring you?
What?
I heard you yawn.
I didn't yawn. I was breathing.
I see. So anytime.
Why would I yawn? You know what, Luke?
Mhm.
I want to give you a piece of my mind.
Oh.
You serious, Clark? All right, so anytime AJ came out with the title, I had to keep reminding myself, okay, what he has around his waist is the top prize in all of professional wrestling. That's the number one belt you can have. But I had to keep reminding myself of that because they didn't really treat it like that. They put the Universal title over more. And I don't know, just all titles really don't have that feeling anymore because it's all been hot potato for the past decade and a half or whatever. And
That's one reason why I think when Brock loses it, though, the title will have more significance. I know it sounds like a cliche bullshit
What?
answer, but it's like, no, think about it. He's never there, so it's like you kind of forget about it.
I'll tell you why I disagree. Because he lost it to Roman, and for the 2 months that Roman had it, they put him back with the Shield, and it went back to not being anything.
I just feel like they need to have like a champion, like not a champion versus champion thing, but like have two distinct full-time guys by themselves, like champions, where it's please, thank you. Please,
I did-
I'm too excited.
I did that on purpose that time, just so.
But just to like, I don't know, have more of the brand split significance like it used to be, and I just think it would run better.
you know what I'm sick of? I'm sick of Bobby Lashley smacking his ass. That's so weird, dude.
I didn't even notice.
I
he did
didn't
that.
notice it either. What the heck?
Yeah.
He bends over to the hard cam and he smacks both cheeks with both hands. And he goes, look at that.
When did he do that?
He's been doing that for like 3 weeks.
Clearly, I don't watch Raw.
I guess not.
Like, I have it on, but damn, I don't remember that ever being a thing.
I haven't
Oh,
cared.
it's some Vince Russo like booking.
I
man.
haven't cared about Bobby Lashley since 2007. Like,
Were you even watching in 2007?
I was. WrestleMania 23. You want to talk about that? Because there's a transition that we could talk about. I saw something about, what's that guy's name? Jesse Ventura
Surprised it's not 22.
wants to run for president or something like that.
What does that have to do with WrestleMania 23?
Because Bobby Lashley, Donald Trump, president, Jesse Ventura.
Well, this isn't a fucking puzzle. We can't put shit
Yeah,
together
that's
like
a
that.
fucking interesting correlation.
No, but I did see that Jesse Ventura is thinking about running in 2020. But you know what? He said he'd run in 04 and he never did. So I don't know. I'd vote for him.
It's a different time.
And
Well, well.
Oh no! You know what? I was gonna say, because you brought up Mania 23, and it seems like anyone who started watching wrestling in the mid to late 2000s, they always say either their favorite Mania was 22 or 23. I hear that a lot.
Which is because it's a lot of people's first.
Yeah, I mean that could be it, but I don't know. I just hear that it's many people's favorite WrestleMania of all time, and it's like, well, I don't know. For me, 17 and 19 are the top two. Those are tied for me.
but that's also when you started watching as
Yeah.
well. Like, so
Well, I wasn't around for 17. I for 19, yeah, but 17, no.
It's still around that time period.
I fucking came in like after the party was
Ooh,
over.
wow. all right. That was a really bad sentence.
I fucking came in. No, but like it was like after Mania 18, like the Attitude Era was so dead, and WCW and ECW were gone, and I show up like, all right, I'm here to be a wrestling fan. Rock was gone, Austin was on his way out, so yeah, I missed the party. And you guys were shitting your pants anyway, but
You know how many times I watched?
Yeah, because that makes you sound cool, you old fuck.
I am I am a fucking fuck.
All right, that's
Well-
a hell of a way.
Well, anyway, on that note, I think we should wrap up. But first,
Wrap up what? Do you have something out?
But first, so I don't know when we're gonna do this. I don't know what it's gonna be like. But
Wait a minute, I'm not really into you, dude. I mean, that's kind of weird. I don't want to. What are you going on about?
we're doing a Christmas show.
Wait, hold on.
You gotta. What if this gets hit with copyright because you're playing that song?
Yeah, because fucking sleigh bells are copyrighted.
You'd be surprised, Luke. Okay, well, while the sleigh bells are going, we're doing a Christmas
All right,
show.
look, I've got some breaking news. Okay, I heard from a very reliable source that Santa was spotted somewhere in the sky. Can you believe that, gang?
Oh my god.
Someone's supposed to say, "You serious, Clark?" God damn it! I set you up for that, and none of you took
I didn't
the
know
bait.
where you were going with that. Are you serious? I haven't watched it this year, so if once I watch it,
You haven't watched it this year.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. So you can't remember a thing about the movie because you didn't see it this year. You've been watching it your whole life.
Apparently, allegedly.
What I'm saying
Allegedly.
is,
You're a new fan to everything. You're a new fan to Christmas Vacation and Eggnog and Twizzlers and whatever the fuck.
Twizzlers. Honestly, the
don't.
chocolate Twizzlers are the best.
And the two Ryans are sitting here like they're watching their parents argue at the kitchen table.
Yeah, it's just you guys are kids. It's okay.
Yeah, it's okay. Well, yeah, we're doing a Christmas show. I don't know when it's going to be. I don't know who's going to be on it. I don't know what it's going to be about, but we're doing a Christmas show. So that's what's happening. And I just didn't know how to wrap it up, so I think that's a good way to wrap it up. So, for Ryan and and Luke,
Pico's high, in case you didn't know.
I'm tired. It's almost finals week, and I'm dead.
We'll see you in December, gang.